Do you ever find yourself just doing your job, having a normal day, typing away at the computer, and all of a sudden, ping, you get a notification. You've been messaged by a headhunter on LinkedIn. The message says, hey Ben, couldn't help but notice you have a great profile. I have an opportunity I want to talk to you about. When are you available? And you think to yourself, why don't you leave me alone? Can't you see I already have a job? Of course you have. Today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly why you need to accept that message, you need to have the conversation, and then what you can do in that conversation to maximize the benefit for you, even if you're not looking for a new job. Let's go. Hey everybody, my name is Ben White with Ben Talks Talent. I've got 11 years experience in interviewing, hiring, recruiting, talent acquisition, team building, and I am passionate about using my experience to help you become the best candidate possible, land your next job, and help you maximize every single opportunity from a financial perspective when you accept that next offer. Now, before we jump into today's video about maximizing the benefit of working with a headhunter, would you do me a favor, take 3 seconds, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, that way you never miss one of my videos, and if you are not new, well hey, welcome back. I'd like to thank you in advance for hitting that like button. Every time you hit that like button, it makes me happy and it tells YouTube I don't suck and it motivates me to create more videos. Now, let's jump in. The first question is why? Ben, why would I use a headhunter? Why would I take that call? Why would I take precious time out of my day to connect with somebody when I am not looking for a job? And that's a great question. Now, I assume if you are looking for a job, you are taking that call. And if that's the case, smart. But let's talk about those of you who are not looking for a new job. Why should you take that call? Now, the first reason I would tell people that you should absolutely take that call is I point to the things they probably already set up. Do you ever get emails from Indeed telling them, or them telling you, here are the jobs that have recently been posted that you're qualified for? Those are kind of nice, right? Just to know what's going on. What about LinkedIn? Do you set it up so that they let you know when jobs you were qualified for in your area pop up? I also think that's pretty nice. Talking with a headhunter, building that relationship, what they can absolutely lead to is the same type of leads. If you build a relationship, you establish rapport, you let them know what you're looking for, that could mean at any given time they can reach out to you saying, Ben, you let me know you wanted to hear about a job that was this, this, and this. Well, I happen to have one of those jobs. Does it interest you? Are you interested in speaking? You get the point here. What I'm saying is if you build that relationship with 2 or 3 really well-connected headhunters, what you've done is you've established a network of people who are looking out for you and will help provide you with great opportunities. Who wouldn't want that? The next reason is you want access to jobs that never hit the job boards. What does that mean? Ben, I thought all jobs hit job boards. Are you telling me that jobs exist that aren't on job boards? Yes, I absolutely am. So here's one of the things that happens. When a company, specifically a smaller to mid-sized company, they build a relationship with someone like me, a recruiter, and they'll come to me and they say, Ben, I have a confidential search. I'm not gonna post it online, but I need you to find me someone who's blank. Well, you'll never know about that job unless you know me. So that same thing exists for plenty of recruiters out there. So the second benefit, the second reason why you need to build a relationship with a headhunter and why you should answer them when they reach out to you is if you build that relationship, you are going to have access to jobs that you would otherwise never have access to. And who wouldn't want that? The next thing I want to talk about is assuming you do get a message like that and they go, hey Ben, one of my clients has a confidential opportunity I wanted to run by you. What kind of pull do you think that recruiter has within the organization? If they have a client who comes to them and says, hey, I have this job, I only want you to work on it, I'm not posting it anywhere, won't even go on our website, what kind of relationship do you think they probably have with the hiring manager, with the owner of the company? Probably a pretty good one. And if they have a pretty good relationship, isn't that just the type of person you want advocating for you as you interview for your next opportunity? Of course it is. And any of those companies where I have a good enough relationship with the owner where they say, Ben, I just need you to go find me this person. If I send them that person, they are going to interview. And you will too. If you build those kind of relationships and you get sent directly to a hiring manager with someone who is trusted enough to get a confidential search, you will absolutely get a shot at landing that job. It's the quickest way to get to that next step for jobs you would otherwise never even know about. The next reason why you should work with a headhunter is they can actually do some of the negotiation and legwork on your behalf. When you've partnered with a headhunter and you get to the point of offer, they can actually go to the company and be like, Ben wants this. And if they extend an offer, you can have the recruiter go back and go, yeah, I talked to Ben. He wouldn't accept it if it was blank, but if you can do this and this, he will accept it. One of the worst parts about getting an offer is that awkward negotiation stage between your future boss and you or your future HR business partner and you. Nobody really loves those things. Wouldn't you rather have somebody else do it? There are plenty of things I don't love doing. I don't love doing my laundry. And if I could have somebody else do my laundry, I would 100% do it. This is one of those things. If you partner with a recruiter, they can take one of the terrible tasks of accepting a new job and they can do it for you on your behalf. And guess what? They're probably good at it because they do it all the time. The last reason why you should partner with a headhunter and why you should accept that next message you get is, what if you got fired tomorrow? Cue the cricket sounds. What would you do? Do you have people out there currently who are looking for jobs for you, who are presenting you confidential jobs? No, you probably don't. If you haven't built relationships, that means the day you were fired, the day you were let go, you then have to go and build those relationships. And that is hard. You need to establish things ahead of time. That's like getting an airbag in your car. You can't get into a car crash and go, can I have an airbag now? No, you need to do the airbag part before you get into that crash. I assume, I'm not good with cars, but I'm assuming you need the airbag first. That's the kind of thing where it only benefits you if you prepare ahead of time. Just like an airbag, you need to have that network, you need to have those opportunities teed up for you before you need them. Otherwise, it's too late. Okay, I've convinced you. I'm assuming that's what you're thinking right there. So then, Ben, how do we go about choosing that person? Right, that's important because everybody is not equal. You cannot just assume that every recruiter has the same type of relationship, same type of pull, and same type of access to opportunity. So what should you look for? So when you're looking for a recruiter to partner with, you want to go to their LinkedIn page after they message you, and you want to see how long have they been with their company. Okay, and do they have recommendations? Okay, they definitely have over 500 connections. If they have less than 500 connections, they probably haven't been doing it long enough. But if you see someone who's been with a company for several years, maybe it's someone who at their company has been promoted. They were a recruiter, now they were a senior recruiter, and you can see they've been recommended by many of their clients and candidates. That is the type of person you want to work with. If you go to someone's profile and they've been with a bunch of companies, but only for 9 months, well, guess what? They probably have non-competes, so they can't bring those relationships from past clients with them. Say they have less than 500 connections in LinkedIn. Well, they probably don't have that many relationships built, so they're not going to have a lot of access to opportunity. What if they don't have any recommendations? What does that say about the way people who have worked with them in the past have felt about them? Recruiters are in the business of establishing good relationships, building a strong LinkedIn profile, and leveraging that for opportunities. If they don't do that properly, that right there, that's a red flag. The next thing I want you to do is look for industry focus, right? If you are in marketing, you should look for a recruiter who specifies in marketing. Now, I will say caveat here, I happen to be a generalist. I work in IT, I work in biotech, I do construction, and I do engineering, manufacturing engineering, mechanical engineering. I do all of those things. So I'm a bit of a generalist, but if you look at my profile, you've seen I've been promoted, you see I have tenure in the industry. But when you're looking for people and you want a specific role, specific type of position, it benefits you to find somebody who specifically works in that area. If you're in procurement, find a procurement recruiter. You're in marketing, find a marketing recruiter. And if you're open to a generalist, just make sure they have a really strong LinkedIn presence and good tenure with their company. Otherwise, you might not have as much access to the different roles. The last thing you need to do when you're choosing recruiters to partner with, and I think it would be a good thing to, generally speaking, have 2 to 3 solid relationships with headhunters who are in your area, in your industry, and can look out for opportunities for you, is you actually need to talk to them. Get on the phone, talk to them, and use your gut. Do they seem like the type of person you would want representing you? If not, pass on it, find somebody else to represent you. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is maximizing the benefit. So having 2 to 3 relationships with headhunters who are well connected and in your industry and in your general geographic area and have access to opportunities is great, but it is only so great if you don't do the other things. So what are the other things? You need to let them know exactly what you're looking for. So you might be talking to someone like me and say, hey Ben, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for manager or above level in procurement. I'm looking for a company who is specifically in this or this market space. Like maybe I want to be in automotive, maybe I want to be in automation. And I'm looking for companies that are this many people and above. I'm looking for a role that allows me to manage people. I'm looking for a role with a certain salary and above, certain amount of vacation. What I'm getting at here, I think you get it, is you need to tell them exactly what you're looking for. Let them know, Ben, anytime you find an opportunity that is A, B, C, D, or E, once it checks all these boxes, I want to know about it. Please feel free to reach out to me and present the opportunity, and I will gladly let you represent me as my recruiter. Now, if you can do all these things, you go through all these steps, you will have access to immense benefit. You can choose to do none of these things. But it's one of those things where like, why wouldn't you? The cost is so minimal. Have a few conversations, let them know what you're looking for, and then you will literally have people out there who are well connected in your industry, advocating on your behalf, bringing you opportunities, and then helping you navigate those opportunities in the most successful way possible. There is so little downside. That is exactly why you need to connect with the next recruiter who sends you a message. Do your due diligence, build that relationship, and then leverage it. Believe me, that is exactly what they want you to do. Good luck in your next interview. You got this.